Okay, we got better light in here, so let's go over some of the stuff on getting the CD unstuck. First off, I was showing you earlier about, it's kind of hard to see here, but here's where the ends of my the connectors that I put in the keys. So what you want to do is somewhere in this area you want to push down. I can get this in here like this. Push down on this little metal plate, and the key here should slide right out. Okay, I also want to draw attention to the back of this thing here. This connector here has two parts. The top white part here comes out pretty easily. The bottom part here, not so much. So there's two sides to it. There is like a plastic kind of gray thing in there you want to push out. That gets rid of the top of the connector, but you want to also continue pressing that in or squeezing it in to be able to get that, work that connector right out. It should not be hard. If it's hard, you're going to break it. So I just want to nice and easy come out. So again, I'm sorry, I got one-handed camera here, so I'm gonna kind of cheat. So to get rid of this here, to get your CD out, it's not that bad. You got 4 screws right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You take those out. Here's where the funny part is. You got 4 more tiny little screws. The other ones, the top ones are hex. These here are just tiny little Phillips. I was able to do it with my tiny little screwdriver here. Yeah, like I said, my camera doesn't focus too well. Anyway, underneath here, if you look, I already removed them, but right here there's a series of 4 springs. Let's see here. I just left the way it was. So in these openings, these round openings, there's a set of 4 springs. Be extremely careful not to shoot them off. Once you disconnect the springs, this will lift right out. And the springs are hung kind of in the holes here. You can kind of see them. Let's see, there's one there. Like I said, 4 springs. You'll be really, really careful, and I guarantee you putting this back in, I won't be able to hold the camera to get them back in. So now your CD is stuck somewhere in the middle here. So what you want to do, here's the front part of the unit, here's the center. So what you want to do is, it's most likely released here, so you want to put your finger on here, very carefully, kind of work the CD outward. Now I also wanted to show you something else too. How I got to this is, what I used to do is when the CD would eject the CD halfway out, what I would do is I would shove a card, like this little parking stub here, and I would shove it on the top of this thing, and I would bump this little sensor here, this little sensor arm. When you move this little sensor arm, it would release the CD. So this is the easiest way before having to take apart the unit. This worked for a while, but then I don't know what I did, and it ate the card, so that led me to having to take the whole thing apart. Like I said again, you shove this thing in here, the CD is still in there, you won't scratch it. I would prefer you use something soft, and you should be able to scoot that little arm, that little plastic arm. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some Vaseline type stuff on it to get it to move a little quicker, and see if I can get it to function. If you guys have any questions on anything, let me know. Hope this video helps some. Let me know. Have a good one. Bye-bye.